Hello and welcome to Newsfeed on Trust TV. My name is Dorcas Yakubu, Zallah, bringing you trending stories that people are talking about and sharing around the globe today, and also their opinions on such issues. No magical solution to steady power supply, says Tinubu. Let heaven fall. Wike vows to continue demolitions in FCT. Process of rigging 2027 election has started, says Professor Jinadu. Biden grants clemency to nearly 1,500 people. On top of what's trending, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has asked Nigerians not to expect a magical response to the electricity challenges in the country. Speaking during the visit of German President to Nigeria, Tinubu highlighted ongoing reforms aimed at fostering a business-friendly environment and attracting foreign investment in the country. Speaking on epileptic power supply and regular power grid collapse, President Tinubu warned that even though Siemens Energy is working very hard to fulfill its part of the partnership, Nigerians should not expect a magical response due to the state of existing power infrastructure. He said, Nigeria, being a nation in a hurry, wants a magical response. But don't forget, those transmission lines are about 50 to 60 years old. The snags are what we are trying to improve and reduce the possibility of problems. We are doing that. The president also underscored the importance of youth training, solid minerals and industrial partnerships in advancing Nigeria's development agenda, he added. Now reacting, a netizen with the name She's Precious wrote, that means we shouldn't expect the national grid to stop collapsing anytime soon. Next reaction says, no magical solution sounds lame. There are so many ways to generate power, so what is he talking about? Last reaction on this story is from a user with the name J Blaze. With the crazy hike in electric tariffs, what then is the essence of ban A, B, or even Z? Next on what's trending, the Senate has ordered an investigation into the recent demolitions in the Federal Capital Territory, FCT. The motion, which was moved by Senator Ireti Kingibe of the FCT Senatorial District, expressed concern over the illegal demolition of structures in the nation's capital and called for an immediate stop to further demolitions. The committee will also invite the FCT Minister, Wike, to appear before it to explain the reasons behind the demolitions, which have left many residents homeless. The Senate resolved to set up an investigation committee to look into the demolitions and report back to it within a specified time frame. Now reacting, someone said, Wike thinks power lasts forever. He should go and ask Abacha. Next reaction is from one It's Mimi B. Wike don't even do past people we carry am come out as politician. Next one is from one Ajayi Otos. Power no dey last forever. Power in a short period of time. Still talking about the FCT demolitions, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Wike, has defended the demolition of properties in the nation's seat of power, saying he won't be swayed by blackmail. Wike said the structures being demolished by the Federal Capital Territory Authority, FCDA, are properties illegally built on government lands. In his words, let me use this opportunity to tell Nigerians and residents of Abuja we are not afraid of blackmailing. The minister said during the distribution of operational vehicles to security agencies at the FCTA Secretariat in Abuja on Thursday. In fact, you cannot be in this kind of position and say you cannot be blackmailed, particularly as regards this Abuja. There are so many land grabbers. Some of us have come to put our feet down. Let heaven fall. It is even better that heaven comes down now so that we would not be fasting again to go to heaven. What is wrong is wrong. In recent months, the FCTA has intensified the demolition of what it deemed as illegal structures in estates and shanties in Abuja. According to Wike, while some of the structures pose security risks, the rest were built on lands belonging to the government. The move has triggered a backlash and protest, but Wike has insisted there is no going back and vowed to go after more illegal constructed buildings and shanties. Wike's comment came on the same day that the Senate ordered a probe into the demolitions in the FCT, setting up a committee to look into the development. Now to the reactions. The first one is from one King Bueze, and it says, Wike, respect the law and follow the laws. You are not elected by the FCT citizens. What you have is a political appointment. Next one is from one Charles Nwachukwu. If he thinks those lands are illegal, Why relocate them to your cronies? And the last reaction on the story says, if heaven falls on him, will he survive it? Arrogance of humans amazes me. You fit sleep and not wake up. The High Court of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, has issued an interim injunction against Lagos-based lawyer Dele Farotimi, restraining him and his representatives from publishing, selling, or distributing his book, Nigeria and its Criminal Justice System. The order, granted by Justice Peter Kekemeke, applies to both physical and digital versions of the book and extends to various entities, including publishers, bookstores, and online platforms such as Amazon and Roving Heights Bookstore. The injunction follows an ex parte application filed by Kehinde Ogunwumiju, a senior advocate of Nigeria and managing partner at Afe Babalola's law firm. Justice Kekemeke also directed the seizure of all copies of the book worldwide by security agencies, including the Nigerian Police Force and the State Security Service, pending the resolution of the case. These agencies are required to provide an affidavit within 72 hours confirming their compliance with the court's orders. A similar ruling was issued by the Oyo State High Court, where Justice Mufutau Adebola granted an interim order restraining Farotimi or his representatives from further printing the book. This order was made following an ex parte application by Adebayo Adenipekun, another son from Afe Babalola's firm. Now reacting to that, someone said, "Don't underrate education. A single book stirred up the polity and sent shocking waves across the country. Only the truth shall set it free." Next one says, "We will still buy it. Let the federal government and court system give free advertisements." Last one is from one Faisad. Dele Farotimi is a blackmailer. He was not a lawyer to any party in the original suit up to the Supreme Court. He only became a party when one of those who was affected by the judgment of the Supreme Court hired him to protect its interest. Also, Afe Babalola did not appear in person in the case, rather one of the senior lawyers in his chamber did. How did you know the justices of the Supreme Court were bribed when you were not a lawyer in the case? Those who are clapping for Farotimi will cry for him when he goes to prison. Still talking about Dele Farotimi, the law firm of Afe Babalola has written a petition to the Legal Practitioners Disciplinary Committee (LPDC) asking it to strike Dele Farotimi, a Lagos-based legal practitioner, from the list of legal practitioners in Nigeria for allegedly violating certain provisions of the Rules of Conduct for Lawyers. The 90-page petition dated December 6, 2024 was signed by a partner in the law firm, Ola Faro, who was also mentioned in Farotimi's book, Nigeria and its Criminal Justice System. Now reacting to that, someone said, unfortunately, Dele implicated himself in the book. Next reaction is an allegation that Afe Babalola is really doing the exact thing Dele said about him. And the last reaction on this story says, law and emotions are two parallel lines. The old man is simply trying to clear his name and protect his reputation. And if Dele have any evidence to prove all the allegations in his book against Baba and others, let him provide it in court. No emotions here. Now let's go on a quick break. We're back in no time. Do stay with us. Welcome back. In case you're just joining us, you're watching Newsfeed on Trust TV. Rights activist and senior advocate of Nigeria, San Mike Ozekome, has said that former President Muhammadu Buhari should be blamed for the perceived preference of his successor, Bola Tinubu, to appoint persons from his ethnic Yoruba language group into key positions of government. He stated this while speaking at a symposium on human rights organized by the International Human Rights Commission, IHRC, held in Abuja on Wednesday, December 11. He said it was not surprising that such a trajectory is being followed by President Tinubu, since it was tolerated by Nigerians when Buhari was at the helm of affairs. Now reacting, a user with the name Pretty Omar wrote, "Nice, so whoever enters should do the same, right?" Next one says, "If another tribe becomes president, he'll do the same. They keep allegedly choosing tribes over competence. Una sure say Nigeria go last so?" Last reaction on this story says, "A president can only work with those he trusted and certified, because any failure from any of his ministers or those working for him will bounce back on his government and his name will be the one they will be calling. So Tinubu has not done anything wrong for selecting those he trusted. Obasanjo balanced all because Obasanjo has mixed with all tribes even before becoming president, so he was able to put many non-Yorubas too in his cabinet. Buhari did the same to northerners because he trusted them. Next one was trending. The nation's political elite has already begun the process of rigging the 2027 general elections, according to Professor Adele Jinadu, a popular scientist. Speaking at the Policy Dialogue on State of Anti-Corruption Policy and Practice in Nigeria in Abuja, he alleged that political manipulation is evident in the appointment of known party members as commissioners of the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC). Jinadu said next year, many commissioners will be due for reappointment. They will use the power of appointment to put those who will do their bidding. Jinadu also highlighted how vote buying is entrenched in Nigeria's political system, calling for the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) to focus on the monetary transactions at party primaries instead of targeting voters receiving small amounts. The professor emphasized the urgent need for Nigerians to actively oppose the manipulation of electoral processes and systemic corruption. Now reacting, someone said, "Tell us how, let's go and scatter the event. This time, now by force we go use o. Hunger don't make our eyes clear." Next reaction is from one Scarlett Tonia. "People already rigging the future before it's even born. Now why? Why don't our leaders use the same energy to rig fuel, foodstuffs, etc. to favor us before 2027? Last reaction says, "Electoral reforms and not tax reform is what is most urgently needed. The person that will preside over and manage our taxes needs to transparently and unequivocally win the people's mandate." The Conservative Party leader in the United Kingdom, Kemi Badenoch, has said she is not a PR for the country. Badenoch's latest comment followed comments about her by Nigeria's Vice President Kashim Shettima a few days ago for allegedly denigrating Nigeria, her country of origin. Vice President Shettima had on Monday, while speaking at an event in Abuja, accused Badenoch of denigrating Nigeria, suggesting she could remove the Kemi from her name if she was not proud of her Nigerian heritage. Kemi is a Yoruba name commonly found in the southwest Nigeria. She is entitled to her own opinions. She has even every right to remove the Kemi from her name, but that does not underscore the fact that the greatest black nation on earth is a nation called Nigeria, Shettima said, drawing applause from the audience. In response to VP Shettima's comments, Badenoch insisted on standing by her words, saying she had no intention of softening her statement. "I tell the truth. I tell it like it is. I am not going to couch my words. I am the leader of the opposition, and I am very proud of my leadership of the opposition in this country. I am not the PR for Nigeria," she told reporters on Wednesday, December 11th. Now reacting, a netizen said, "Kemi, we don't need you, but you need to understand that no matter what, the British will never fully accept you as one of their own. Your skin color will always set you apart, and you'll always be labeled as Black British. I tell my children this all the time." Next one is from one Body Glams. "She is British, and that's where her priority lies, not Nigeria. Please try and understand." And the last reaction on this story is from one Wumzi Adire. "No one asks you, Kemi, to be our PR. Leave us alone and stop talking about Nigeria." Finally, outgoing U.S. President Joe Biden said Thursday he had commuted the sentences of nearly 1,500 people and pardoned 39 others in what the White House called the largest single-day act of clemency in the nation's history. America was built on the promise of possibility and second chances, Biden said in a statement announcing the action. "As president, I have the great privilege of extending mercy to people who have demonstrated remorse and rehabilitation. With their days in power ticking down, presidents often issue a flurry of such acts of clemency which are only applicable to federal crimes." Now reacting to that, someone said, 20th of January should come, please. Grandpa needs to rest because Trump is another man after God's heart." Next one says, "Family reunion tonight to a lot of families." And the last comment we're taking on the program today is from one Boale, and he's replying to the previous comment saying, "Big family reunion. Christmas came early this time." And that's a wrap on the program today. Do also follow us across all our social media platforms for more programs, news, and documentaries. Until next time, goodbye.